little buzz around Lake Highlands about this game coming up?
Just a little bit, yeah. Obviously, being from back in Dallas, knowing a lot of guys on the team, definitely hyped up for sure. Definitely looking forward to seeing some of the guys on the other team. But obviously, we got one goal in mind, that's to go win the game. So, got to go out there and handle business, whatever it takes.
Just revisit last year a little bit. I mean, it must have been really exciting to go back home and to play the Dallas college school and everything.
No, absolutely. It was a good time. I had a lot of family there. Obviously, we came on the wrong end of the game, but everything is, we're focused on changing the result of that, and the team's ready, and so am I. So, I love the opportunity ahead.
Grayson, talk about coming into Notre Dame game mid-game. What your mindset's like.
Yeah, I would say, it was pretty the same as I always, approach every game. I go into the week, obviously knowing I'm not starting, but, I prepare the same way. So just, have the mindset, preparation, I take all that into account. What can I do to be the, best teammate, best quarterback for our team and go execute the plays as we need to be.
Red Bandana Week. Obviously, you guys always want to treat every game the same, but is it hard to kind of do that this week?
I would say, obviously a little more juice. Coach showed us a video this week of, the Sports Center special that had been shown in the past. But, whenever you got a story like that and you know how much it means to this school, a guy that, can give his life for something, an event so serious, whenever, we have an opportunity to go out and play a game that we all enjoy and love, for extra cause, it's a good opportunity for us. I know we're all looking forward to it, the extra, motivation that brings. But, to see somebody go out there and lay their life on the line for that, why can we not go out there and basically do the same for a game that we love? So we're all ready to go.
Grayson, just when you're self-assessing on tape, just what needs improvement from you, and what do you think you've been doing well?
I would say, just consistency. I would say, we can be a little bit more explosive. Obviously that's something that we look forward to every single week. And then just critical moments. Obviously had some, unfortunate turnovers at times, but just doing my best to take care of the ball better. Make sure we're executing when we need to, third downs, fourth down, red zone, and stuff like that. But I would say that, but just continuously executing the plays as they're called, understanding what Coach Long is trying to get out of a play call and stuff like that. But I can do a better job in all facets in regards to that.
You've seen it all over the years, starter, backup, highs, lows. Does that help mentally when you maybe throw a pick like that where you can bounce back faster than other people?
I would say absolutely. When you've kind of thrown in different situations, you kind of know how to handle it. You've seen it before, dealt with it before emotionally, mentally, and stuff like that. But, like I said earlier, I approach every week the same. I prepare as though I'm as the starter, because you never know when your opportunity may be, given to you. So just try to make the most out of every chance you get. But like you said, being in those situations absolutely helps for sure.
Grayson, I know you've been kind of dealing with the injuries the last couple of weeks. Just how are you feeling? And then also, I know the running game, being able to run is such a big part of your game. In front of you running, how confident you feel, running the ball this Saturday?
I'm feeling great. Like you said, I had been banged up a little bit, but I'm feeling good. I've been doing a lot of work in the training room. Mike V and the staff in there has been getting me right. But, I feel good. I know that's a big part of my game and what we can do as an offense, help expand what we can do well. But, I'm looking forward to the opportunity, and I feel good.
We never really got to speak to you when Dylan was named the starter originally, and I'm just kind of wondering, after you kind of finished out those 5 games for this team last year, how did that feel like in the moment, and where was kind of your mindset heading going into the season when that happened?
Yeah, as a competitor, definitely not easy, but I owe it to my teammates to be the best version of me every single day, no matter what role that is that I'm in. I love being at the school. I love playing with my teammates as well. So, it was tough for sure, being a competitor, but, I knew I had a long season ahead of us and a lot of opportunities ahead. So there was easily a chance for my number to be called on, as it has a few times this year. So any opportunity I get, I don't ever take it for granted. I love playing football. I love playing with my teammates and stuff like that. So I don't ever want to take a chance like that for granted.
Coach O'Brien commented on their pass rush. It's not one guy. It comes from a lot of different angles. Just talk about a quarterback being aware of that situation.
Yeah, you always got to be aware. Every team's got their packages, their different rush plans and stuff like that. But it's a totality. It starts with me making sure we're in the right protections, we're going to the right guys and stuff like that. Making sure we're blocked up. But also, I would say O-line gets a lot of bad credit for sacks and stuff like that. I can do a way better job of limiting those, getting the ball out of my hand, making the right decisions faster and stuff like that. So it takes all of us, and it starts with myself.
Grayson, a couple of weeks ago, Coach O'Brien talked about you were a symbol of perseverance, whatever word he used. Do you feel like that can be, you had to stick through that 5 weeks, that can be an example for
Mhm.
some of these young kids, especially in a season like this?
Yeah, I think, a saying you kind of always hear growing up is you never know who's watching. So, I always try to be an example, for my teammates as well as, anybody younger that could be watching. I remember being in a young kid's shoes, looking up to guys that have played, different situations. So you never know when you can be a role model for somebody and somebody can use your situation to, deal with something down the road, or they can relate to you or even improve their thought process and stuff like that. So I just always try to be a positive light, keep the faith and understand, that we all have a goal, and that's to win and be the best versions of ourselves every day.
And that
Couple
said,
final ones,
have
you guys?
And that said, have you heard from any players that used to be in the program, any other quarterbacks reached out to you? Hang in there?
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, I've had, other coaches that I've had, other friends from other places and stuff like that, but no other quarterbacks. But, football's a nice brotherhood to have for sure. So, I got friends a lot of different places, help reach out, things like that, keep me in the right mentals and stuff like that. But, I'm a very focused individual. I have a lot of priorities, and that's, be the best quarterback I can be, prepare as though I'm the starter no matter what situation I'm in, and, give BC everything I have.
Kind of in that
Was
vein,
last one you guys?
was Lake Highlands a football culture?
I would say yes. Just being in Texas high school football, as you guys probably know, is a big deal. So I mean, it's basically religion down there. I'll say that. So it's always big games down there. Everybody loves football. You play hard. You got good coaching down there. Big schools, big stadiums. So I mean, it's the life down there for sure.
One more quick one, is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just Lewis Bond, I assume you take full credit for the all-time record.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's a great guy. I think I said in an interview earlier this week, he's a quarterback's best friend. He's probably the smartest receiver I've ever been around. He knows how to get open, knows where he needs to be, when he needs to be there. So he's a great, easy guy to throw to. Awesome teammate, love being around him, and he just brings great energy. So, with the record's definitely on mind, we want to give him the ball when we can, but first and foremost, we want to win the football game.
Thanks.